Show your Smod love by checking out your favorite Smodcasters on the road. The one-stop shop for tickets for all our live shows is csmod.com. Kev hits Boulder Theater on December 17th and Durango the next night at the Community Concert Hall at Fort Lewis College. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and Solo Kev sold out in Denver at the Fine Arts Center on December 16th. Hollywood Babylon at the Hollywood Improv on Saturday, December 19th. Kev heads back to Colorado with a night at the Wheeler Opera House, December 20th in Aspen. Brea Improv hosts Talk Salad on the 30th for all your Frasier commentary needs. And later that night, Jay and Bob Get Old. New Year's Eve Talk Salad at the Hollywood Improv. Ring in 2016 with Jay and Silent Bob's New Year's Eve Prima Nocta at the Hollywood Improv. Snag your tickets now for your favorite live Smod events. Bookmark csmod.com.
I know you. I fucked you. But I don't want anyone to know.
We are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Oh yeah. I'm moist. I don't care.
I'm just like classic. Please, classic.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
All right. Let's start recording then, dickhead. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave, which has already started. Baseless accusations.
Oh, man. Brian's been accused of reading Reddit.
Yeah.
Swears he is not.
Yeah. After last week's revelation from Walt that Reddit thinks I
Wait a minute, did I reveal that? I thought that was Q who revealed it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you backed it up, though. You said that.
Well, I mean, that's not backing up. I mean, it's right there for you to go see or not. As you claim to have not gone in.
Which, and I've, I mean, we know I'm not a God-fearing man, so swearing to God doesn't mean anything, but I said on Sage's life, I didn't go back and look.
Right.
And there was a moment, I didn't go and look at anything. I wouldn't even know where to look. I guess I would just go to Reddit and just write TSD or tell him Steve Dave or whatever. But Reddit is notorious for people complaining about shit, right?
I've gone on Reddit since last week.
Okay. Do they love me again?
No.
No, that's not accurate.
If it makes you feel, well, there are defenders. What people seem to be saying on Reddit is that on Twitter they have to kiss your ass or you block them.
Which I don't.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
I've seen you blocked fucking.
I was kidding that day though. That one fucking asshole. That one guy. The one dude who was around with Johnny Schramm for the longest time. He was the one guy.
And I don't even remember what he said. It was something. I thought, what's it? Innocuous.
Innocuous. Yeah.
And which what? But it's your account. If you don't want, if you click that button.
Mm-hmm.
That's your prerogative.
Like one day people were saying the most benign things and I was just writing blocked. I was pretending I was blocking, like I blocked like 15 people. And,
I don't think.
And some people think I'm being serious and other people are like, he's obviously kidding around. And I didn't. Like I can't even remember the last time I blocked someone. Oh, no, I do. It was a couple months ago when I called out some black guy for committing some crime and this fucking, it might have actually even been the Paris thing. And somebody was like, you call out brown people for crime like way more than white people, to which I said, bullshit. I don't. If somebody acts like an asshole, I call it out if I see it. I don't give a fuck if they're brown, black, fucking white, yellow, as in, some of our friends. Are you allowed to say yellow anymore?
You're not, no, but go ahead and say it. Doesn't matter.
All right, yellow. How do they, I never understood that, yellow.
I think what you're doing is going on another PC rant.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand. Like Asian people don't appear yellow to me. So how did they get that?
It goes way back.
I don't think the most intelligent of people came up with the yellow notion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they just looked at him and were like
even if you're going to say like an Indian person, I mean Native American. I'll cut that part out. Like a red man. It's like they do. They have like a tinge of like reddishness to their skin. So that kind of makes sense that back then people would be like,
I don't know.
The red man. But
I would never
yellow. I never got.
I always like, if we're talking about Chinese people, I always like the railroad building stereotype more than the yellow one.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't even say that anymore.
Railroad builders?
Yeah, you know how they brought the Chinese over, made them build the railroads?
Right.
I always thought that was like a clever historical one. But I don't know. Guess not. I like making fun of Italians for fucking making pizza. What are you going to do, Walt?
They say a lot of Irish people built the railroads.
The Irish are drunks.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, stick to your stereotypes.
Kevin and I used to.
That's a very. I defy the stereotype.
You do. Yeah.
You singularly defy the stereotype.
You could put me up as like the Irish should like get a hold of me, and I should smash stereotypes for them.
Right. The Irish Defamation League.
Yes.
You're the president.
I'm not a drunk. What else is Irish?
Little Dick.
Really?
Sure.
No.
You never heard that?
No.
The Irish curse?
No, I thought that was drinking.
No, that's the Irish blessing. They love that shit. Irish people don't hate that stereotype.
Do they hate the little dick one?
I don't know. They seem to like really kind of embrace it in like a ball busting type of way.
And it's
You
really.
never heard of the Irish curse? Really?
I know. I never heard that.
Yeah, the Irish
I may
curse.
not be able to break that one.
Yeah, but it's
I may have lost my position already. It depends how little we're talking about, though.
It's also, like if you're up against Ming, suddenly it's the Irish blessing. But also, though, like, okay, so you go up, you're like, hey, man, I defy every Irish stereotype, and then you have the Irish Day Parade, like,
what's that?
Where everybody, like, people, like any Irish person from the ages of like 13 on is getting wasted in the streets.
Drunk.
Yeah, like destroying
For 4
shit.
years, I've planned the shooting of a TV show around St. Patrick's Day.
That's perpetuating. You don't know every single. Like, if I was there, I wouldn't be drunk. So why do you think other Irishmen aren't there or women aren't there?
No,
drunk.
I'm not saying that universally they show up. I mean, I have Irish blood. I don't go.
It's a big thing, though.
But it's a big thing. We have a first-hand witness.
I go every year for
in fact,
decades.
In fact, a perpetrator, one might say.
You have no idea what the audience makeup is at that parade. It could be. You don't know how many people.
Everybody's wearing green and getting drunk and fucking.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of people who are green that aren't.
How many black people do you see at that parade, Hugh?
Not many.
How many yellow people?
But some, it's
some.
like, yeah.
How many yellow people you see?
I don't know. I don't think I ever recall.
How many red people?
I mean, none.
Mostly.
How is he seeing it?
Mostly
How is
white
he
Irish guys.
taking this observation of all these people who are at the parade?
You're saying he's too wasted?
He all he can see is the fucking curb.
Right. Yes, he's like,
I saw years ago. I saw a woman who turned out to be a mother of three, a happily married mother of three, at St. Patrick's Day, get so drunk at a subway station that she tied down her pants and tried to take a shit onto the tracks.
Yeah, I told you I was part Irish. I was like, Pam, what are you doing?
She's a mother of three now. I see her pictures on Facebook, and all I can remember is her fucking friends trying to drag her up.
Oh, you knew the person?
Oh yeah, we were all out out at a party.
Okay.
Like we were traveling from bar to bar, and we went down, and she's like, "I gotta go."
I gotta go.
Someone stopped her?
Oh well, her friends were like, "You can't be doing this," but she like hiked her ass and pussy were out, and she's leaned over like the subway, onto the subway tracks.
Oh, she was going to do it on the tracks?
Onto the tracks, yeah.
Is that dangerous?
The third rail?
No, she was on the platform, and she was going to bomb.
I understand, but that is super
It's totally dangerous. Like if she falls backwards.
She's drunk out of her fucking mind. But it was funny because you heard her start to fart and shit like that.
And you still associate?
I made out with her later that night. It was great. And then,
but you're right. How do you think of anything aside from that? Every time you see her, there's a girl.
That's it.
But you were really making out with her?
Later that night, yeah.
As she was doing it.
It didn't cross your mind at that point?
I was drunk too. What are you going to do? She eventually found the bathroom.
When you got to go, you got to go, right?
You got to go. I've
So what would she have done? Let's say that her friends allowed her.
Stop her?
Yeah.
She would have just shit and then hiked up her pants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you still have made the move?
Depends on if it was a clean break shit or not.
How are you going to know?
Well, I guess there's only
You're going to go on the third rail and look?
He climbs down to inspect
No, she wasn't married at the time?
No, she was like 22.
And now she's married.
She's married now for
and she has 3 children.
3 kids.
Happily married.
Happily married, 3 kids. She's a teacher.
Teacher.
Oh, I got to tell you, man, like I've thought of this in the past. Your nurses, like when I was at one of my many trips to the hospital, I saw a girl there who was now a nurse who I knew younger, who was maybe the wildest, like sexually wildest person I ever met. And I'm like and not that they're, it's not like she shouldn't be a nurse because of that, but just like going to these patients and we know somebody else who is a nurse, former paramour of yours, her sister-in-law, who you would look at her and like if you knew her history, it's insane.
But you're equating but she's not doing anything that's like what Q's talking about though. So why do you think why would that come into play into her ability to nurse?
It wouldn't, but taking a shit on a fucking subway rail
wouldn't. Well, that says a lot about someone's character, though. If you're like that, if you're that unable to handle, to control yourself in a fucking New York City.
Well, she was blottoed.
Yeah.
It was St. Patrick's Day.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like it shouldn't preclude her from being a nurse, but it is weird that you come into contact with people that you're like, you have no idea. What's that?
She was your nurse when you were in the hospital?
No, she was on my floor, though.
You didn't request her?
No. She pretended she didn't know me. Because
she didn't want to hear anybody. Oh, I remember you.
Hey, I know you.
Let me tell you about this one.
Yeah,
Doc.
man. She's a hoe. How'd she ever get to be a nurse?
She pretended not to know you. How'd that feel?
I understood it. I totally understood it. I think she was like, if this guy starts, because she didn't know me that well. So if he starts saying shit like, oh, I remember you, we used to party, and that like it might reflect poorly with her, So I didn't say anything. I didn't even say like, hey, I know you.
Was there a chance that you would have let that slip?
Not a chance in the world. No. I would have never said anything. She would have been safe. Or maybe she just was like, she genuinely didn't remember being,
What years would you have been partying with her?
It would have been probably early.
Pre-beard?
Pre-beard.
Yeah, so maybe there's a chance.
I'm trying to think if I had
It's not like your name isn't very common. Yeah,
that's true. And probably like 400 pounds as well. So, yeah, maybe she didn't. It looked like it looked like she recognized you. Like when she saw me, she did that. Like, I know you. I fucked you, but I don't want anyone to know. I get that look sometimes. Usually.
Speaking of your name, I had the pleasure of spending some time with Sebastian Bach in California this weekend. The singer. And I said, oh, yeah, we know some similar people. I said, Brian Johnson. He got all excited. Then realized I was not talking about AC/DC's Brian Johnson.
What made you think that dropping Brian Johnson beard guy would
a guy who walked in here and literally thought I was Alan Moore.
What made you think that like dropping Brian Johnson, the commentator, over Brian Johnson, the singer?
Well, I don't think about
Brian Johnson from the Breakfast Club.
I don't. I just didn't think. I know you guys have met him, and he knew you. Remembered you?
No way.
Sure, he did. I said Secret Stash.
In what capacity? He just probably was like
he remembered the store or Walt.
There's no way. I don't think I ever talked to him.
Maybe he watched the show. He wasn't like, oh, Walt's a good guy, we hung out, but he's like, oh, yeah.
Why? What the fuck? Why not?
I don't know.
Hey, man, one time we went to the St. Patrick's Day parade together, man. Walt took a shit on the third rail and fucked up subway service.
Why? And where'd you meet him at?
I was at Lemmy's 70th birthday party at the Whiskey.
You got an
Go-Go.
invite to that.
I got an invite to that.
How does Lemmy?
I got to meet Slash.
So Lemmy requested.
Oh, get out!
Yeah, it was him.
He's cool.
I got to see Billy Idol play. Billy Idol and the guy from Anthrax with the thing.
Scotty.
Zach Wilde. Do you know Zach Wilde?
Yeah.
I watched him play. He's fucking amazing, dude.
He's an awesome guitarist. If you want to see a transformation, go to YouTube and watch Zach Wilde when he first got the job playing for Ozzy.
Right.
He looks like he belongs in Poison.
Really?
He weighs about fucking 80 pounds. He has like long flowing locks. Now he looks like he belongs
Rob
in
Zombie.
like the Hells Angels. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
He's huge and angry.
Well, I didn't get that from him. He's
awesome, isn't he?
He did like a 15-minute guitar solo, and
Yeah.
it was fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he was great. He put the guitar over his head and was playing it like this, and it was just perfect. He was flawless.
Yeah.
So on Lemmy's guest wish list,
No,
Brian Q made it.
without a doubt, no.
How did you get in then?
One of Lemmy's
I just want one Impractical Joker, or did all four get to go?
Sal and I went with Nick Giovanetti, your old pal.
Oh, yeah, Nick.
Yeah. So it was fun, but more important than that, I'm going to drop a bomb that I didn't tell you guys.
Uh-oh.
Somebody at this table was present at the Star Wars premiere.
Oh,
This weekend.
So you're gonna let's just fucking throw out all the spoilers.
Well-
let's just fucking spoil it up for everybody listening.
Well,
right now.
Do you know how worried people
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let me clarify before we go too far.
People are shitting their pants like it's the St. Patrick's Day parade. Like they are so nervous.
This shows you the level of how awful a society we are. That this is what's worrisome to people. Like they have special things to that screen spoilers.
That block spoilers.
Well,
right.
guess what? That fucking special app, or whatever the fuck it is, ain't gonna fucking do anything right now because BQ is gonna spill every fucking awful secret there is about that movie.
Hold on, I didn't say
I doubt he's going to do that.
I didn't say I
Why?
was inside the premiere. I was at the premiere.
Oh, you couldn't
My
get in?
hotel was right next to the premiere, so I went downstairs to watch all my Hollywood betters walk inside.
They pushed it to the side.
Basically, yeah. So no, I got to watch the premiere from the outside, but I did get a lot of people who recognized me come up to me, and I said, "Yeah, I just came out of the movie," and they're like, "What'd you think?" I was like, "Kind of like the prequels." And then some.
Oh, so you start lying to
Yeah, I
people?
just started lying to people, making up plot points and shit like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I had a good time. So I did not see the movie. Well,
Do you have the juice that, did you try to get in?
I do not have the juice to get anywhere in there.
So you can get into Lemmy 70th.
Yes.
That's a bit different.
I cannot get into the Star Wars premiere.
I got to be honest with you. Given the choice,
Agreed.
Lemmy 70th. Every time.
Well, actually, I went to Seth MacFarlane's Christmas party. The Family Guy. He throws this big Christmas party every year, and it was very much like a very fancy Hollywood affair. And I felt out of place. Left early.
Really?
Yeah. Lemmy's party. I was like, I'm home. I'm wearing a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just getting drunk. Everybody's having a good time. There were rock sluts running around. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was at the Whiskey
A Go-Go.
That's weird. When I was when I lived in LA, I went there once to see. I can't remember what band. It was a band that I can't remember the name, but they would play old 80s the cover tunes and shit like that. And Lemmy was there.
Yeah, he's either there or the Rainbow Room. Every time I go to LA,
and wearing these skin tight leather pants. How's he holding up for 70?
He's 70. There's no other way to say it. You know what I mean? He's frail a little bit on the. He's still doing all right though. He was up late.
Did he play?
Not. I left probably about an hour before it ended because I was on New York
Before
time.
they found out you weren't supposed to be in there.
But a lot of people played. I imagine he probably did at one point.
Slash. I love fucking Slash. Slash to me is the
He's so cool, dude.
He that's the thing. He's just you look at him and you're like, what a fucking cool guy.
Yeah.
Like Clooney almost.
His girlfriend's gorgeous, leather pant, tight leather pants, gorgeous girl. He wore the top hat, which is always a treat to see.
He never stops. Yeah. The guy personified and still does what a rock star was. I mean, he was a fucking junkie living on a floor.
Yeah.
They made it. They fucked it up. But he, he got clean and then he kept up his music career. And you know who did not keep up the music career? Scott Weiland. Did you hear that?
Oh, he died.
Stone Temple Pilots singer finally died.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Did it move you?
I have some Stone Temple Pilot albums.
It's an evasive answer.
I don't know if I could say I was moved. I was a bit like when I heard the news on the radio driving into work. I was just like, oh.
You just turned around and went home.
No, I definitely. I don't know why.
Fuck it all.
I mean, the way you're fucking sucking Slash's dick, I gotta be honest with you. I think Scott Weiland has had better songs than Slash has been involved with.
Get out of here.
You look at the Stone Temple Pilots as a disc. I mean, their whole
Guns N' Roses, though. Dude.
You're talking versus Guns N' Roses or versus Slash's solo career?
I'm talking about. Guns N' Roses are so played out. It's like, what song really can you point to that you're fucking not sick of hearing by now from Guns N' Roses?
Let's see. Sweet Child of Mine.
But I mean, I would think that Weiland, that was a talented motherfucker.
Oh, he was super talented. But at the same time, if you remember when they came out, they were just labeled as a Nirvana ripoff.
Right.
Like they caught shit constantly their whole career. And that was a dude who just, again, could not fucking get it together no matter what. He'd be clean and get it back on drugs. He's clean, then he's back on drugs. And then seemed like Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. Like I read a long piece about him and it was, dude, it's like that was actually sort of moving to see someone who was so fucking talented live out years of their life, got like just sitting in an apartment or a house or wherever he lived, withdrawing money from the ATM, getting drugs, going down to a local bar, like just by himself and then dying alone in his room,
It sounds horrible.
Oh yeah, it had to be awful, but they just couldn't fucking straighten the guy out. And then the bassist kind of did the same thing. He was on Celebrity Rehab, I think,
for
Alice in Chains. Not nearly well as known as the singer, but I went to see Alice in Chains and what's his name, Jerry Cantrell. He sang instead of because Staley was out of the band at the time. He sounded almost exactly like him. It was amazing how much he sounded like him. It's so much so that I was like, is he really the singer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
would the internet, would the listeners been mad, Q, if we just went on point for point and ruined Star Wars? Would they be more angry?
I think Reddit
that would take would that take the focus off Bry for a little while if you went on and just fucking gave out every spoiler there was?
That would have been sweet. I would have went to Reddit at that point. Joined in the conversation.
Some people I know did go and watch it and see Star Wars, so I do know a couple of tiny tidbits.
Does it wait, what day is today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
So it comes out tomorrow
or the next day?
I get tickets. I'm going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow.
Yeah. Somebody ruined two very cool things for me about the movie.
Really? Who?
They're not major plot points at all.
Publicly shame them.
No, I don't want to do that. I'll tell you what, Matt Myra would not give me anything. He was good about it, but some other people I know saw it, gave me some stuff.
How'd Myra go? He got invited, huh?
Yeah, he's on the Nerdist, bro. They do whatever they want.
That's true.
So I do, but I feel... Why are we punishing the ants? Like they're like I don't get it. Like, I'm not sure why we would take it out on the ants.
Just like the internet is represented by the ants, and they're like, no, don't tell us.
Like they're our friends. The ants are our friends. Like they're ours. I wouldn't want to torture them.
When do you plan on seeing it, Walt? I know you said you're going to go to that little theater we used to go to. That like when
we go Sunday.
When we were young, it cost $1.50.
Was that the theater we went to go see Passion of the Christ in?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a shitty little theater.
But when you think about it, like I thought the same thing because it doesn't have stadium seating, but at the time nobody did. But then when you go into those little theaters, you're almost like this is like a home theater almost. It's really not that bad as long as there aren't other people around. You know?
Yeah. Well, if there's no if there's no other people around, everything's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you like the seats where you can almost lay down now, Q?
What's that?
Do you like the seats in the theater where you can almost lay down?
Staring at the
I'd like
ceiling.
somewhere in between.
You don't like to just lay down?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those theaters where like people come and bring you food in the middle of it and shit like that.
I love that.
I don't like it because other people order food and then I got a waiter in front of me like while I'm trying to watch James Bond. Not a fan of it.
No, I would have thought you would dig that. Like you would get, it would be nice.
Being catered to.
Yeah.
Now I like the seats
Caligula.
that got like a little gift.
Cuiglia.
He's got like a
Like a leaf, like
he's got like a holly fucking halo around his head. He's in sheets. Waiter, get your ass out of my face.
to somebody sitting nearby with a vomit bucket for me to throw out popcorn in so I can see the next.
Why does everybody have a hard on for that new droid? It's the ball that just rolls around.
They just got a hard on for anything Star Wars in general.
It's insane. It is insane.
They said he's cool in the movie. Apparently the movie, I will say this because all the reviews are out and I've read a bunch of them and they all say the same thing. It feels almost like a remake of the first Star Wars. Like that's how closely it follows the beats of the first Star Wars movie.
And when you read that, your first guttural reaction?
Well,
I was hoping to see something new, maybe not just a rehash of the movie.
I hope they don't spend so much time in the desert. The droids just walk around being like, "Where the fuck are we?"
Yeah.
But honestly, when you read that, are you excited by that, or are you like more like, "Wow, that's weird that they're going to do that"? Or I would have thought they definitely would go with something, bring something new to the table.
Yeah, that's what you would hope that they would do. Not just like remake Star Wars, but suddenly it's a girl, and suddenly, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's,
and it's a black guy, and
yeah, but that never even fucking that casting that. First of all, that guy's awesome. Did you see Attack the Block?
no,
It's such a fucking.
But
great
even
movie.
in the first one, you don't know all the stormtroopers are white. There could have been plenty of black guys in those
yeah, but
stormtrooper
they covered
outfits.
them like white guys.
I like the idea, though, although I don't know if it's true. I do like the idea of the main guy being a stormtrooper and being like, "Fuck this, I can't,
Yes.
I can't abide by this," and turning and leaving the Empire.
That's pretty.
That's
cool.
a pretty cool. If that's what it is,
That is.
that's the case.
That's the case. Yeah,
That's a
They've
pretty cool
confirmed
twist.
that,
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. Like, I wonder why he's holding a lightsaber later on.
You guys got to be trained to be a Jedi, right?
I guess, but so I guess
I agree with your assessment of the bad guy, whatever the fuck his name is. With his face, actually looks like the front of this microphone.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
him?
it.
Kylo Ren.
I for whatever reason, the lightsaber with the things coming out the sides, I'm like, that looks fucking
That looks
cool.
fucking cool. The broadsword lightsaber.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
And when you see it, what is the first thing you think of when you saw that lightsaber?
I thought it looked awesome.
What do you think? It didn't remind you of something?
No.
A big Irish dick.
You don't see a crucifix in that?
I mean, I guess, but I really just thought of it as a broadsword more than anything.
Okay. When I see it, I saw crucifix. I saw religious overtones.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the first one was littered with it. So, I mean, the whole series is, the whole Force is a religion. So, what's your feeling about people not being allowed to wear costumes to?
I think it's silly. Why? What? Let them wear costumes.
Here's the irony.
Is that every movie theater?
Here's the irony. It's insanely silly to wear a fucking costume to a movie to begin with, but it's also insanely silly to disallow it.
Yeah.
If somebody is going to fucking shoot up a theater,
Right.
it doesn't fucking matter if they're dressed like Darth Maul or Jar Jar Binks or fucking
Or
whoever
they're
the
in street
fuck.
clothes.
What's that?
Or if they're in street clothes.
Or if they're in street clothes.
Unless you got metal detectors at the theater.
It literally
really
has
gonna
to be
stop
like
somebody.
like going to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, the only bright side.
Didn't that guy sneak in the back anyway?
Yeah.
Like he opened, so it wouldn't even have mattered.
Well, yeah. Why was that door open though?
I don't know. I think
Did you ever
I
snuff
think
in the
he
theater
opened
through
it.
the back door, Q?
No. What I used to do as a kid was buy tickets for one movie and then go see like 3 with my friends. We used to theater hop.
I never could do that because I was just like, because that would be like literally then spending 7 hours at the theater, right?
Yeah, but you're hanging out with your friends.
I could never get a ride back
You're 14
home.
years old. What are you going to do? Stay hanging at home?
Yeah, we weren't. It was tough though. Like the theater was far for us, especially the theater we used to go to. It was only one screen, so
We had multiplexes on Staten Island.
yeah. Like the closest multiplex was probably 8 miles away, and even that was only 3 screens. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's an overreaction, I think, to to shit that like, look, if somebody's going to dress like the Joker and do that, they're going to fucking do it regardless.
Well, you heard what happened in L.A. this 2 days ago, right? They shut down every single school because of
I heard about.
Oh,
I didn't hear the details. You know why? What was the threat? Did they reveal what the threat was?
I did not get into it, but the same threat went to New York schools, and they were like, "Fuck that, we ain't closing." So,
were you? Did you give a little like inside? Did you feel a little bit of like that's New York?
That's fucking East Coast, baby.
We're not a bunch of kids to fucking fuck you.
I always
West Coast
like
pussies.
I always wondered. I remember seeing a documentary, and I've never ever forgot this. There was a documentary about the Zodiac killer.
Okay.
Yeah. And they had this footage. I don't even know if I've mentioned this before, but they had this archival news footage about how the Zodiac sent a letter to the newspaper saying, "I am going to shoot kids on their way to school." So what they did was they had the cops
dressed in schoolboy outfits, like la la la, tisket a tasket,
a belt around their fucking schoolboy, swinging it by their side.
They had cops escort the buses to school for a while.
Yeah,
and you would see this archival footage of the kids getting onto the bus with this look of like, why can't I just stay fuck home? Why do my parents not love me enough to be like, you know what? I don't care what's going on. If there's a chance your fucking head's going to be fucking, in the crosshairs, you're not going to go to school. It's until they fucking catch this guy, or until they do something more than just have a cop stand there.
Yeah, well, they never actually caught Zodiac, so you think the kids never would have gotten an education.
But I always wondered, like, did you feel less loved as a child on the way to school? Like, when your parents handed you a lunch bag, or like, you'll be all right.
There's no fucking doubt in my mind that would have been my experience, no doubt. I'm too busy picturing Troy dressed as like Angus Young, like posing as a student.
I just know if this happened tomorrow, and my kids were going to school, and I looked at them as they were leaving in the morning, and their looks on their faces as they were like, "Whoa, wait, somebody might try to kill us this morning."
This could be the last time we ever see each other.
I would be like, "You're not going to school.
Yeah.
You're not going to school. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they come and arrest me for negligence for not sending you to school. You guys aren't going."
Mm.
But some parents are just like, "Fuck it, on that bus."
We'll show him. We're not afraid.
Also, now it's completely different. But in the 70s, it's like I said, like I was in first grade. I walked along a major highway by myself to school, and it was viewed as nothing. If you saw a fucking 6-year-old walking down a major highway by themselves today,
but going to school though, with a bunch of other kids. Though, there was a line of kids though going that way though.
No, there wasn't, because hardly anybody.
You were the only child who was walking?
Yes. There were times where it was only me. It's fucking
You're
insane.
First grade, so everybody from first through sixth grade, nobody else, they all drove by you or like, honk, honk, hey, bro, I see you at school.
No, because
nobody would give you a ride?
No, because if you remember, I lived uptown. All you downtown skells.
You weren't like you were the only uptown boy in that school.
There were only probably 3 or 4 people that lived uptown. Who else? Who else? Everybody went to Catholic school.
Oh, you're right.
You know?
There's a lot of
That's pretty fucked up.
And they weren't having me.
It's pretty fucked up, bro.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't your mom give you a ride to school? She was working?
A lot of times she was working, yeah. Or it was just accepted. And plus I wanted to walk to school, or I wanted, like my goal in life was to hit 3rd grade, because then you could ride your bike to school. Mm-hmm. And that was fucking huge. And then like once you could ride your bike to school, I would kick over everybody's garbage cans.
Look at that, man. You could see the independence, the independence in that boy.
And the rage.
Yeah.
For no reason, directed at the wrong things.
The irony being that like 40 years later, I'm still at home. Like
metaphorically kicking over everybody's garbage cans.
I heard a statistic today that they said 800,000 kids are reported missing every year, right? In the United States alone.
800,000?
800,000. Now this includes
That's got to be
This
impossible.
includes runaways, this includes parental abductions, this includes regular abductions, this includes kids that like are, they come back within a day. Or even if they're not missing.
You're talking about more than That's close to 1 million.
Fucking population of Staten Island is only 600,000 people.
Did I say a day?
A year, you said.
year.
A year, yeah. 800,000 a year,
lot.
they said.
That's a ton.
It's a lot. They said that like stranger abductions, your classic like somebody snatches somebody off the street. And
I don't know if most people would refer to it as the classic, but
Well, oldie but goodie abduction.
yeah, old school. How we do it on the East Coast.
what a strange word to describe such a fucking horrific crime.
It's the oldies but goodies. Yeah, I mean, come on. Where you have to worry about getting pulled into the van and then they never see you again. 115 kids.
Out of 800,000.
Out of 800,000, that's practically nothing. So why is it just the media? Is it that we're exposed to so much more that like there's this fear that like people get like somebody told me that they had the cops called on them. Their 9 and 10-year-old child were playing at a park by themselves and somebody called the cops on them.
How far away were they from the park?
It was like an apartment complex. So the kids were just
What the cops do?
playing. I guess the cops came and they asked the kids like, what's going on? And that was it. I mean, I don't think it's against the law,
No.
right?
That doesn't seem too young to be playing in a park.
No.
Like
Not
think
at
of
all.
how young we were, like third grade, going up into the woods by ourselves and just like
all
hiking
that
around.
shit.
Yeah, it's like you think about how big your home range was when you were, say,
I mean, it was enormous.
10 to 12 years old, 13 years old. And now where it's like literally like my nephew, it was fucking maybe 20 yards, like within the same, going from the video game to the fucking bathroom.
I was in Walmart the other night, and my daughter had to use the bathroom, and she was very reluctant to use the bathroom at Walmart. I was just like,
As well she should be.
and it was just like, well, I'll walk over with you. I said, obviously, you gotta,
You're like, go
Gotta
shit
do it.
on those subway tracks.
you gotta do what you gotta do. I said. So she goes into the bathroom, and I'm standing in this little hubway that's back by the sporting goods, and where this bathroom is, and on the wall they have all these pictures of missing children.
I've seen them. Yeah.
And when you look at those pictures, and you just feel there is something that you look at them, and you're just like you just feel.
You
There's a
burst
weird
into the
feeling.
bathroom. I love you.
Yeah, because I watched her walk into that bathroom, and then you look up, and the next thing I look at is these kids are missing. And it's a very unsettling thing to look at all these missing children in this that are on the wall at Walmart. Makes you feel like like maybe I should have went into the bathroom with her.
Right. And gotten arrested. And you read the stories, and a lot of times they're from like the 70s, 80s. It's like she left her house. She went 1 block to a convenience store. She was never seen or heard from again. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the nightmare.
Well, that's the classic, baby.
That's the nightmare. Yeah, I think nightmare is a better adjective for that than classic.
That's the classic. I wish we made T-shirts with that.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Oh,
You can't even begin to imagine it.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I saw all the pictures on the wall, and you're just like, you don't even want to look at it because it gives you a weird feeling in the pit of your stomach, and you're like, you don't even want to think that there's like shit like that goes on in the world.
Dude, my cat runs out of the house and I get fucking freaked out.
Oh yeah,
Like I can't
Is he an
imagine
indoor
a kid. Yeah, they're all indoor cats.
How do you get him back in?
Usually a car drives by. Cheese? It's not a mouse. Yeah. Usually like a car will drive by and he'll get freaked out and like dart back in. He always goes.
Treat won't do it, huh?
What's up?
Treats
No,
won't do it.
he doesn't go far. I gotta go pick him up and pull him inside. He doesn't go far. He gets like scared out there, but I get terrified. I'm like,
oh yeah,
yeah, it's my cat, man. It's more important than those fucking 115 missing kids to me.
Yeah, I never have that with Sage. Like 100% of the time, I know where she is. It's like it's never like, oh, she's going out with her friends. Or
Right.
And have you ever seen it in the? I haven't seen it in many
But
years.
sometimes Suzanne runs out of the house.
Yeah,
Lock the door real quick.
yeah. I'm just like classic. Please, classic. I know she likes candy. Somebody just fucking offer her jujubes or Sour Patch Kids, anything. I want to see her in Walmart while Sage is taking a shit.
Oh, man. Thank God she doesn't listen to the show anymore. Sorry, what were you saying?
What was I talking about?
I don't know. It's classic.
I don't remember.
You were talking about you're in Walmart, your daughter had to go to the bathroom, you were looking at the pictures.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
then, fuck, yeah.
Praying for a classic.
This was my tweet today. I don't think this is PC. I only tweeted one thing today.
More PC talk? Dude.
Maryland man charged with trying to aid ISIS. And it says a Maryland man has been accused of receiving almost $9,000 to finance the terrorist attack in the United States. Mohammed El-Wishnavi, 30, of the Edgewood area, was arrested Friday, blah, 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 blah. So I wrote, I'm completely in shock. So his name isn't Bob Jones, and you're sure of that. Just tried to stir the pot a little.
Yeah. How'd it work? What were the reactions?
I don't know. I didn't look. Because then I got distracted. I started doing something else. I went to the range today.
The range. Oh,
Yeah.
we haven't talked about this yet on the air.
We haven't, no.
Are we going to get into this? Are we going to let people know that you're a man not to be trifled with?
That I'm a I don't know. Reddit might attack me, you know? You never know.
I think it would play into a lot of it would just confirm a lot of what the speculation is on Reddit, though.
Yeah.
What, that schools are closing down because people like me? Firm supporter of the second right, the Second Amendment. Recent receiver of a gun license.
Wow.
And I went to the range today just for fun.
Is it fun?
It is fun. You know what's you know it wasn't fun because we were talking about shotguns.
Yeah.
Shotguns are not fun. It starts to hurt your shoulder pretty fucking quick,
Right?
Because it has such a kick to it. But I have, I also have a high point carbine rifle. It shoots 9 millimeters.
Fuck, dude.
It shoots 9 millimeter. That's fun because you can put the target way down and then aim it and try to shoot the.
So you have a handgun, a shotgun, and a rifle.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. That doesn't. I
I don't want to hear any bullshit. They're all locked up very safely. They have trigger locks on them.
Right.
They're inside safe.
You
They're
definitely have taken the proper
big
precautions.
time.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But every time I've only been to a shooting range twice, and it's been with you both times. I always get nervous. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck these people are around me with guns and shit like that. Everybody's firing guns. Every person in these gun ranges looks like someone that if they approached my car while I was parked at a red light, I'd lock the door.
Yeah.
Like they're all fucking skelly looking assholes.
But
And they're just holding guns.
But I think
around me.
that's the key is it's probably the safest place because nobody's really going to pull any shit except there is a range. I won't name it. 3 times within 2 years, guys have gone in there and killed themselves. They go because all you need is you don't need like a gun license
the
to
American
shoot.
Sniper guy got shot by some asshole
That he was trying to help out.
Yeah.
But these guys went to the range and they were like a guy like me walks in. I'm like, hey, I don't have a license, but I want to practice shooting. So I just hand him my driver's license.
Right.
They give you a gun and ammo, and then these guys just fucking shoot themselves in the head. 3 guys did that inside of 2 years.
That's not good.
One or 2 years.
Oh, God forbid I get some guy who's like, he's a fucking Impractical Jokers fan. He loves Murr.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the way that I picked on him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, I'm dead.
You're gone.
America's Treasure, Brian Quinn.
So
God.
you think that someone who just happens, you walk into a range and you just think that someone who just
Like, my
happens to hate
chance.
Murr
Yeah, no, love Murr.
or loves Murr is
I
going to
don't
be
know.
there the same time you're there,
Right.
and then he's well, here's my chance.
Possibly.
I can't believe the luck, my
That's
luck
right.
that Brian Q is here.
Yes. I'm not risking that.
I don't think that's.
Or some guy just got a fight with his girlfriend. Or
he's going to I'm going to take it out on him.
just gonna
Well, it's
unload.
probably because he fucked her.
I just don't feel comfortable in gun ranges. I don't think I'd ever go back to them. Even like the these bachelor parties in Vegas, Walt. They're all like, we go fire tanks, we can fire bazookas. They have these fields out there that you could
drive a tank and shoot it.
Yeah.
How could you not want to do that?
I do want to do it. I just don't want to do it around other people.
Yeah.
And there's other people there. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I think gun ranges for the most part are pretty fucking safe places because if you get one guy that's like, I'm a nut, you have fucking like 15 other guys that are going to take him down.
Then I get nailed and my dick gets blown off in the crossfire.
What are you going to do, man? It's Second Amendment. You're not going to give your dick for your country?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying we repeal the Second Amendment. I'm not.
Yeah.
I have no opinion on gun laws aside from I don't want to be in a gun range. And I don't want my taxes to go up.
You know what I don't like about the gun ranges, and I would much prefer to shoot outside, is like there are guys that bring these fucking like hand cannons and these big bore rifles. And the percussion when they shoot it, you feel it. Oh my God, you feel it rumbling inside you. Yeah, that I don't like. But today I was the only one there. There wasn't anyone else there. So I just shot for a little bit, and then left.
All right. So what, I got to get you a gun for Christmas?
I think he's got more than enough.
Yeah, you couldn't even if you wanted to. Yeah, New York's tough. I was looking it up for New York. It's a fucking rough insane. Fucking state.
Just a shotgun permit alone is like 11 pages of paperwork. It's like, fuck this.
That's the one. I don't. Did we talk about San Bernardino? I can't even remember.
I don't think so.
That was the one thing that really. Like normally I see something like that and I'm like, well, that's fucked up. But it doesn't hit home because it's so, it's so distant. It's so like removed from your everyday life. But the one thing that did make me like, I genuinely felt bad for them. I'm like, they were fucking sitting ducks. Not one of those people had a chance.
Yeah.
Like if you could carry, like we talked about, like somebody might have been able to shoot back at these, at least, distract them so they don't they have 14 people cornered in a room,
I would have loved to have seen that. I would love seeing her get shot right between the fucking eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, more her though.
How come her? Because you think she was the instigator?
It appears like everything that she was the instigator.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like he wasn't radicalized until he went over there and
they put that photo up of her coming through the airport. Like with that fucking ugly mug sticking out through that fucking black cloth, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're
Here
doing
she
that
comes.
just to incite me, because I'm like, oh, she's so ugly, and like she looks so stupid. I just want to punch her in the face.
Yeah. Does it bug you that like every time?
But I'm not actually punch her in the face.
No, you could punch a terrorist woman in the face.
Can you? I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore.
I don't know. We'll let Reddit decide.
Yeah, I'll go to Reddit. Are you allowed to punch female terrorists in the face?
Don't you, when something like that happens, don't you feel like Obama doesn't need to tell you to be tolerant of fucking Muslims? Like, don't you feel like it's like, look,
you're doing that on purpose, right?
What's that?
You're doing this on purpose, right? Because this is the guy who didn't go read. He didn't read Reddit, but he knows the exact talking point to say. And what I think is I think what everyone is, what they're trying to convey is they're not upset with the PC tone.
I just get riled up about PC shit too much.
No, I think it's just I don't know. It's more like yeah, we know already. They know, and you don't need to bring it to everyone's attention, I guess.
Yeah, but if you don't fight, if there is no voice there to fucking say like this is bullshit, then it becomes normalized, and people just start accepting it.
But I guess some people, only some, small, I guess, are like, hey man, I don't need to, I don't need to hear this.
Then turn it the fuck off.
Oh God,
there you go. That's the answer.
Do you want me to read you some Reddit?
Yeah, let's hear some of these Reddit these trolls. Right. Since they don't like me, they're trolls and they're haters and all this other shit. They're not people with real opinions.
Hold on. Some people are funny. Some people get it. Some people just don't take it seriously, and those are the people I love.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's been a lot. I haven't looked in a day or two. There's been a lot of movement.
On me alone? I haven't even said anything. I hardly ever go on Twitter.
All right, here we go. Should we name people?
Why not? I mean, they put their names out there, right?
They're not real names, are they?
Yeah, well, this is Max Zoomstein. Max Zoomstein.
Okay, let's see what Max Zoomstein has to say.
Been listening since around episode 37. Stugans have never been politically aligned with Brian.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, you're talking 5 years ago now, right?
But only in recent episodes have the rants become so continuous that they are getting fucking tiresome. Also, as in rants in the old day used to be a personal slights, like people not turning on the air conditioner or writing him shitty emails, which was particularly funny because, one, he never took himself too seriously, and two, they were always humorously petty and overblown. Now it's just, I'm offended that people are offended over and over and fucking over. It sounds like every time I would try and listen to Opie and Anthony to hear whatever comedian they had on, I would just have to sit through 40 minutes of apology culture rants. Just shut the fuck up already. Complaining about news story of the week is no one's favorite format, especially when we already know there's gold waiting in nearly every other topic.
But then when I had that long-standing feud with my neighbor, and there were people that were like, it's your fault. You're the jerk. I can't win.
Where did you see that?
Somebody wrote that. I don't think it was on Reddit. I think it was on Twitter, or maybe it was email or something. I don't recall.
You can't win?
I don't think I can win. But maybe I haven't lost really either, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it is a matter of winning or losing.
I like to win maybe sometimes. Maybe once.
This guy says I don't use Twitter personally, so I don't see what goes on there.
I use Reddit.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, he's saying that there's a lot of dick riding on Twitter. Your dick gets rid a lot on Twitter, apparently.
Oh. By hot girls or Max Zoomstein?
Not Zoomstein. He's the guy that knows.
Here's the thing. I would love to have petty rivalries. I just, like, I don't have it just doesn't happen anymore. I don't manufacture shit. I don't go out.
What do you mean you don't have petty rivalries?
Like, when we're talking about, say, my neighbors in the old place or,
Right.
The asshole not turning up the air conditioning, it's like I hardly ever go anywhere. So there are very few opportunities for me to mix it up with anyone or someone, me to be maligned or, and I'm not going to manufacture shit and make stuff up. So my life is a bore. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you want to do. You can't be influenced by other things.
Yeah. Any more? Anything else?
Well,
That's
there's
it.
just so many of them.
Is it all the same thing?
Here goes Luciaro Prime. Says, I have to agree. I only started TSD in September after being a fan of comic book men for years.
Oh, suck a dick then. You're not old school.
Come on, man. You got to be welcome into the new people.
If he's going to start insulting me right away?
Well, he's not insulting you. He just says this.
Welcome.
I got caught up in October to everything, but he is a bit whinier and thin-skinned than I thought he'd be.
How am I thin-skinned? You think I'm thin-skinned?
I think
He goes on to say, we know already. I
think all three of us are thin-skinned.
What's the point of wallowing?
Really?
Not me. I'm the guy that made Joker's wild. I could live with anything.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no of us.
I think we're all very thin-skinned. I mean, fucking man, you fucking went crazy over somebody calling you Bartleby on fucking. I mean, for weeks you were mad about
Bartleby?
that. Yeah. I don't know, a fucking Lord of the Rings joke.
Oh, that asshole. But I thought that's what they liked.
Well, you're angry?
Yeah, like that jerk off on that comic site who said not Bartleby, what's his name? Fucking Bumbledorf, whatever the fuck the mushroom. And you know what? Looking back, I can't disagree. I look at my hair and I'm like, what was I thinking? I actually owe him an apology.
That's who we are, though. We are thin-skinned. We always have been. I don't think it's ever going to change.
Righteous indignation.
Yeah. I mean, but can I read this though to you, Q?
Yeah, sure.
I think somebody finally figured it out, though. I mean, I was very upset and I was very hurt by the some of the criticism. It stung me. It was almost almost ruining my Christmas because of the Christmas episode.
Oh God.
Almost ruined it.
We are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Oh yeah. I'm moist. I don't care.
Well, it's only because we love the show so much and we love the ants that I never imagined this sort of fucking trouble with them. I didn't see it coming.
You put a lot of work into it, man.
Yeah, and I was disappointed that it wasn't.
Not to say they shouldn't feel that way. If they feel that way,
they feel that way. They feel that way. But I can't.
Absolutely.
But I can't then not help but feel disappointed that they're disappointed.
Right.
That's just human nature.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's being thin-skinned.
You're not saying you don't like that they're voicing that they didn't like it.
No.
That's fine.
No.
Absolutely. You're just upset that they feel let down.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But I think I got this email. I think that this guy figured it out, though.
Okay, great.
Being able to constantly top last year's product is going to eventually result in a release that divides the fans and won't appeal to everybody. What you did last year was actually smart. Well, I guess this year. This year. Intentionally downsizing the Exos Pod will recapture the essence of old TSD, whilst intentionally or unintentionally lowering the bar for next year's Christmas Pod.
Was that your plan?
It is now. The TSD Exos Pod was a bubble that was inevitably going to at least shrink down rather than pop, and you have shown once again that you know what the fuck you are doing and retain control of the shrinkage rather than allowing it to shrink on its own.
That's incredible.
So there you go, fucking complainers and fucking bitchers on fucking Reddit. This guy figured it out. You were just too stupid to realize that's what I was doing intentionally.
Yeah, they're too busy being like, why is Bri talking about no news stories? Instead of thinking about some deep shit like this motherfucker right here.
So all you complainers and all you fucking whiners, you should have fucking had from this loyal listener, Mark. He figured it out.
Right.
And next year's Xmas Pod is on the house for Mark because he's the only one that figured it out.
Oh, nice. Where does Mark live? Does it say?
He's an international ant.
Really?
Yeah, which probably goes to say.
Where?
I think people, they have more intelligence.
Where's he from?
I don't know. International. He just calls himself International Ant.
Well, if you're in England, buddy, I'll hook you up with tickets to the sold out Impractical Joker show.
Oh, you want his last? I don't know if I should give his full name.
Don't give his full name, but if he's listening, tell him to get in touch. If he's in London or Manchester, I'll hook him up with tickets.
All right, so email me. You got my email, Mark. Email me, and Q will hook you up with Impractical Joker's tickets.
Yes, in London or Manchester.
I mean, he wrote me a dissertation.
Oh, wow.
On the Christmas Pod.
I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to read emails like that from him. I just bring him to the show.
Oh no! You know what, Mark? I still do want dissertations when you
too long, right?
When you go on and on about my genius, I'm more than happy to read them. Q may not want to read them, but I'll read them. You can just.
We have a good Tell Him Steve Dave meetup gonna happen. Not everybody's gonna be invited. I'm not putting that out there on the air, but Lucy Mucky Knees is gonna be coming to the shows.
Oh.
A couple of other luminaries, some British luminaries will be coming. It's gonna be nice. I think I'm gonna try and go out to dinner with them.
Any room for me?
He's coming too, yeah. He's coming. Good old Jack. Not to dinner. I'm not bringing him to dinner.
Come
but
on.
he can come to... No,
Let's
I'm
not
kidding.
get
Of
carried
course
away.
he's coming to the show.
I wanted to ask you guys, are you done with that?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, there's a little Christmas thing, like probably the last thing about Christmas, but I don't know if you've seen this. There's a billboard, and it really bummed me out. Not as bummed me out as much as the reaction to the Christmas Pod, but it's still another thing just to put me in a kind of a bad Christmas mood.
Well, that's good. Something that you had 100% to do with versus something you noticed.
It's a billboard that's from a place that buys gold and silver, but now, I mean, huge, gigantic. We buy Christmas gift cards.
Really?
And that really bummed me out because, one, you get a Christmas gift. And this, this is who this is preying on, right?
I mean, I have my theories, but I don't want to say it out loud.
Crackheads.
Do crackheads get a lot of Christmas cards?
Close enough, yeah.
Like gift cards?
Well, anybody.
You're saying black
pill
people?
Poppers.
Are you saying black people / crackheads?
What did you, when you were having your problems, did you sell any of the gifts I gave you?
Huh?
That
No, I don't think so.
The bowl he gave us last year, is that accounted for?
No, I only sold one thing, and it was shockingly embarrassing. One of our sponsors, it was the Sling Box. And I was like, did I never tell this story? Oh, this is so fucked up. Dude, this was so fucked up.
Did we get sling boxes?
We did. You sold yours within a week.
It was one of
Not
those.
for drugs. I want to put that out there.
It wasn't for drugs. It was a smart business.
Your loss. Yeah, if they had sling boxes on that billboard, I would have went to them, but they didn't. So they sent a sling box. I'm like, I'm never going to use this.
What is that again? Can you remind us what that was?
I think it's like
You could watch. You set it up on your cable box at home, and you could watch your cable on your computer anywhere you go. Was basically it, or on another TV.
good service, but it was something like I'm
Just won't use it.
never going to use
I
this.
never leave the house.
And so they sent it to me. Yeah, I'm like, I could just watch the regular TV. So I'm never going to use it. And I found myself short on cash, and I'm like, I need to fucking buy pills. I need to. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how can I get some money? And then I was like, this sling box. I was like, I'll sell this. So I'm like, I can't wait days, So I put it on Craigslist. And I said, and I put it for a good price. And I'm like, but you gotta.
What's a good price?
It was the thing was like 300 and something. So I think I put it for like 175 or 200. I said, but you have to come and get it, at my place, because, I can't remember. I don't know if I didn't have the car at that time or it was broken, whatever the hell. So finally somebody was like, yeah, I'll take it. And, we made the arrangements. They came down to the house, and the fucking first thing when I opened the door, the guy goes, "You're on Comic Book Man."
Oh. What are the odds, right?
Yeah.
Scraping for 175 bucks.
I was just like, yeah, I am.
That is rough.
Yeah, it was, but I'm telling you, that's what that shit does to you. You're just like, yeah. Do you got the money? It was pretty fucking pathetic. But that's an example of, I think it does. It could appeal to people also. It's like say they get a gift card to Barnes and Noble, and they're like
predatory.
They're paying cents on the dollar.
You could do it online already.
What?
You could do it on eBay,
cards.
right?
Not even. There are websites where you sell your gift cards. Like a $100 gift card, they'll buy it off you for like $75.
Right.
Yeah, that's been around for a long time.
To me, it felt like it was. I was driving in a not so great neighborhood.
Right.
I see this. Yo,
man, you got yourself any gift cards, motherfucker?
That didn't happen.
How'd you like that, Reddit?
That didn't happen. And,
Lock your doors, girls. Shoot your pants if you need to. We're not stopping at Walmart.
I said to my wife, I was like, "That's fucked up." Not as fucked up as what you just said, but that's fucked up. That they're putting out this billboard is just put out for Christmas time, and they're saying wink, wink. We know you got problems.
Right.
We know you're going to get gift.
We know you already sold your sling box.
Here, come to us, and we'll take advantage of you. And then I'm thinking, well, who goes to that gold and silver store and is and in the jewelry case, oh, there's a Macy's card that someone just sold.
But that guy may turn around and try to sell it at online or whatever, like you said.
Yeah.
The guy with the gold, the guy who owns
say
the shop.
say the gold. Say you have $100 gift card. That guy may buy it for $50 and then turn around and sell it for $75 on that site you're talking about.
Yeah.
It just put me in a shitty mood when I saw it because I was like, you don't think when you're out.
What is today?
Cards,
What is today's date? Today
15th?
is it's the 15th.
Or
Are you sure?
16th.
See, 3 years as of today.
Clean.
Stone cold sober. Not a drink.
Wait, what do you
Not
mean?
a pill. Nothing.
It's been 3 years?
It's been 3 years.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you. I forgot today was the 16th.
Oh,
How'd you
shit.
celebrate?
I came here and made fun of other druggies.
I thought you were shooting a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, that flew. How long have we been doing this? Are we on 6 years with this show now?
Yeah. You wouldn't know it by the T-shirts, but yeah.
Or the patch.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, for anybody who is having problems. In all sincerity, for anyone who's having problems with painkillers and shit, and it's easy to develop a problem, if you start taking them, like there is nothing like being off them. Like I was very afraid to go off them for a long time because it just like it fucks with your brain chemistry.
Right.
Like it makes you believe things that really aren't true, and it puts you in like sort of this dull, mindset where nothing matter. I mean, obviously you guys saw it. And I'm not like, it's fucking awesome being sober, but I'm not going to be that guy either. But being off that shit is 1,000 times better than that, like not having to sell sling boxes and that shit. It's just, it's so much, and you got so much more money.
Well, that's the thing, man. You spend like $300 a day or some shit like that.
Yeah. We were talking about it the other day, and you asked me how much I spent. When I told you, you were like, "Holy mother of God!"
That was crazy. It was crazy.
Do you think, going back to the thing, back to that billboard though, do you think certain cards have more worth? Like if I brought him like a Best Buy card into them, that's $100, and I also brought in my Kmart card, do you think they give you just the same amount is each store as it's on the same playing field in terms of value?
I think your top tier cards are going to be like your Visa, American Express, like things that you can buy shit anywhere. Right. Best Buy, I'll bet you, is probably more sought after than Kmart.
So you think there is a like?
I think there's a pecking order.
Yeah, that's.
I got to tell you, I wouldn't even have fucking noticed. I don't think I would have noticed that billboard.
Well, I was thinking about bringing. I mean, we don't have gift cards at the stash, but we got gift certificates. I was thinking about writing up a few,
and then bringing. How much can I get for these? You should do that just to be like, just watch his face, be like, what are you talking about? That made you sad, huh? That somebody would be.
Because I think because me and my wife were out shopping, and she spent like $300 on gift cards, and I was like, well, you were out there, you were taking your time to pick out the perfect one with the perfect image on it. You wanted a little snowman on it.
I don't think you got to worry about that. People who buy gift cards for Christmas presents are not.
Well, she does. She worries about like if it's the right image on the card.
Okay.
She thinks that, and I'm like, don't worry about it. It's just going to that fucking gold and silver shop, probably.
Really? These are the people you're giving them to?
After I saw the sign, I questioned everything.
I wonder if they would take used copies of this year's Christmas special.
Yeah, I bought this. I didn't like it. I was sold.
I'm too dumb to know that the fucking bubble is fucking shrinking, not bursting. I don't know. Have you ever sold a gift card, Q?
No.
You just use them, right?
No, I think at worst I've re-gifted them.
Yeah.
But I use them.
How often do you regift at this stage of your life?
Now, almost never. Sometimes what'll happen is I'll get things that I don't want, and rather than regifting, I'll be like, "Hey, you want this? I don't want it." Like,
are you familiar with that recently?
That's not really regifting, though.
What?
You're familiar with that as of late, right? Getting something that you're like,
Wait a minute, you actually say that to the person who gave it to you?
No. Like we'll get like
wow. Caligula is fucking out of his mind if he thinks he's able now to fucking say to him, "Hey, you know what? I really don't want this."
No. If I get something and I'm never going to use it,
someone fetch me a new holly crown.
Wait. So who do you tell that you're like, I got this, I don't want it? You want it? Just anybody?
Yeah, like friends, my brothers or whatever. I'm like, somebody sent this to me. I don't really want it. Do you want it? Or we get free stuff sometimes.
Right.
And I just never use it, or I have one already, so I'll just give it.
We're looking in your direction, Maxwell.
Yeah, like I got this album from Maxwell if anybody wants. No, I'm kidding. This I actually want. I know why he sent this to me because it looked cool.
What album did he send you?
He was telling me about it. It's like this weird meta modern sounds in country music. He was telling me about it. It's like this odd
Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah. It's like this odd thing. I don't know. He was saying that I would like it, so I'm looking forward to it, listening to it. Like I wouldn't, but if I had two of these, I would give this. I'd give it to
you regift, Brian? I can't imagine you regift them, but it would be. I mean, but it's like, isn't it like we were taught in school, like the Indians used every bit of the buffalo.
Right.
Why? Like, would it be so wrong?
We called them red men back then.
Would it be so wrong to get a gift and be like, I know somebody who would really like this, and then I'm not going out and spending money on something that I know they may not like, but I know they like this. Is that wrong?
I don't see anything wrong with that. No,
it's not tacky.
I don't think so.
No,
but I'm not known for my fucking.
Yeah, you're not. I don't know if you're the guy that.
Nobody's writing into me for fucking etiquette lessons.
Etiquette, yeah.
Like one time, this is years ago, but so somebody, I guess it might have been AMC, gave us headphones, and I already had 3 pairs of headphones, and I'm like, I don't really need another pair, so I just gave them to my brother. Because
that you're just giving them for on no occasion.
Right.
I'm talking about when you're you open up a gift.
And I'm like, I don't want this.
I don't want this. Suzanne, rewrap this and let's give it to give it to your brother or Q. Well, not the Q.
Yeah, because he'll just give it back to me. No, I really don't see anything wrong with that, especially if the item is something that you're like, this person would really like this.
My wife it gets a sweaty back over that. We can't do that. What if they were somehow to possibly figure out that it was a regift?
And when you're telling me that she's fucking sweating over the images on gift cards, that does not surprise me in the least.
I got my neighbor, they give us a canister of popcorn.
Right.
Every year. Somebody
pre-made pop, pre-popped.
Oh, it's in
three
three different sections.
It's like a big thing of pre-popped.
Right. Okay, that's your neighbor?
That's my neighbor. Gives it to us every year. This year, we got something sent to the store that was like that. And I said, hey, to my wife, let's just give this to the neighbors. They give us popcorn every year, and now it's their turn.
It's that album, Max was so cute.
And she was like, absolutely not. No, if it ever was to come back, and they were ever to find out you regifted, we have to live next to them.
No,
and I'm like, how?
How the fuck
what
would they ever
world
find out?
unless they're bugging the house.
Or listening to Tell 'em Steve.
That's true. Well, when I had this conversation, though, we weren't talking. There's not a possible way on earth they could ever find out.
Right.
But she was like, she'd have none of it.
You're on that good of terms with your neighbor, huh?
That we give each other gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on that level of a relationship.
Interacting once a year.
Yeah, but we don't really talk to each other. We give a nod, we're out in the same, we see each other out and about, but we've never gone over and spent any time in each other's house or anything.
Right.
We give the present, we're like, oh, Merry Christmas, and then we walk away.
Right.
Which is good. I like that too. I'm not,
that's the perfect way to do it, yeah.
All right. I just wanted to get you, and so obviously you're well.
I've never rewrapped something and presented it, but I wouldn't be above it in my life.
I think that's a guy thing too, right? Maybe, or I don't know if that's. I don't want to.
I just look at it selfishly. I'm like, well, this saves me the time.
Sexist son of a bitch. This is a PC show, goddamn.
But dealing with I live in a house with all women,
right?
And all 3 of them were like, "Fool, you cannot fucking regift popcorn."
Yes, ladies. Educate me. I'm only 48.
You cannot regift popcorn.
Regifting popcorn's a little weird because I'm just like, who do I like so little? Whose gift would I put such a minute amount of thought into that I'm like, I don't know, popcorn, I guess.
Wait, now I didn't think you guys want the popcorn, so I was going to regift it.
You gave it to the birds.
It's at my house. I don't know. I guess I'll bring it back
to your neighbor.
I can't give it to my neighbors. It's at my house, so I'll give it back to you guys.
All right.
So I'm third on the chain?
They gave us one little canister of popcorn.
Who is this?
He's like, I got to go get it back from my neighbor. My wife's pissed. That popcorn was never yours to begin with.
But I don't see how we could have shared popcorn anyway.
Nah.
It's a thought, and I know it's all about the thought.
Let me tell you something. The bags of kernels that you put in the popcorn machine, that would be one of the best gifts I'd ever get because I love that shit. I go through so much popcorn in my house.
Really?
I will have a bowl of popcorn. No exaggeration, 3 times a week. Love that shit.
Is it like a special popcorn, or is it's the cheap stuff? It's like it's Ervil Redenbacher and shit.
Mark fucking brand.
It's not even Orville.
It's not from Nature
Yeah,
Box.
Orville's like a fucking $1.50 more, man.
That's how you stay rich.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta get rich first.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
He's
of
like,
here.
what are the taxes on this fucking generic popcorn?
Bro, I'm as cash poor as they get. Listen.
He's out partying with Lemmy and Slash.
yeah.
But it was an open bar.
He's staying at a hotel across the street for the fucking Star Wars premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the Lowe's Hollywood, bro.
I'm selling sling boxes, scumbag.
Well, look, I think I sold my sling box.
Tell him, Steve Dave. I don't know. This might be the last one before Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were doing
Christmas.
one on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, somewhere around there. No?
Why?
Because you
Oh,
texted it to me.
I did write that. We're trying to coordinate. We're trying to get a new game off the floor.
Did you text me on that?
I texted everybody, and were you able to do 21st, 22nd, or 23rd?
I'm pretty free.
You're pretty free.
Let me look. I'm all, boys, I have 2 weeks off.
Ooh.
Starting on fucking Sunday.
Start popping the popcorn,
Are you
bitch.
kidding me, dude? I don't fucking know what I'm going to do with myself.
Let's do some Tell 'em, Steve Dave. Let's
You got that right.
Let's do 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
I can do...
Get a hotel room down here.
So the game, you want to talk about it before we go?
Yeah,
or
sure,
just
why not?
surprise people?
Well, yeah, why don't we surprise a nice Christmas surprise?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it has nothing to do
Maybe
with
a little
Christmas,
bit better than what's that?
It has nothing to do with Christmas, though. The game.
Oh no, well neither did the Christmas special. So
There you go. Fuck you.
yeah, fuck all y'all.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.